Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on BeamNG Drive for a relay race for a little mini tournament, if you will. The vehicles here have to have a combined power to weight ratio of 0.4. However, the vehicles, they couldn't have exactly the same. So in fact, me and Gliska are the closest you were allowed in the rules to have in terms of power to weight ratio. I'm at 0.220, Gliska at 0.179 as it turned out. The vehicles are not allowed slick tyres, and only one of them could be all-wheel drive. I am all-wheel drive. If you haven't seen one of these before, the way it works, each of us have to complete a lap with, tactics and the like coming in, because do you send your fast car out? Me and Shados are in the fast cars, essentially, here. We are off like an absolute rocket. Ewan is front-wheel drive and much slower in terms of power-to-weight ratio. I'm going to hazard a guess I might be higher power-to-weight ratio than Shados here. My thinking in terms of strategy here is if we can get out in front, so we're driving at the Knutstorp, I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, circuit. This track is super difficult to overtake on, very technical, and without slick tyres, it's tough here. My thinking is if I give Gliska a lead, a decent lead, it's going to be super hard to pass that car. The downside is the finish line is down the straight, and the cars with the higher power to weight ratios will just outrun to the line, but it's worth a try, essentially. We've got a big gap over Ewan. The concern would be, A, how fast is Rusky's BX? We don't really know. And how much time can Shadow make up in the what's it called? In the Chariot that they have. The final corner here is, or say final couple of corners here is awesome. Right, we are going to run down here. We are going to cross the line and release Gliska. Now I'm going to go and put my car off to the side. We will get out of the way of the racing cars. And there goes Gliska with the all-wheel steer. Pazima, Rusky is underway. Ewan has crossed the line and off goes Shadow with the Chariot. So the question is, can Rusky catch Gliska? So Gliska's gone. It's a front-wheel drive Pazima, but it's got the all-wheel steer. The hope being that, a little bit extra agility, a little bit, better grip and the like. This is a tough track. This is a challenging circuit. Gliska will lead from Rusky. Here comes Shadow. What can Shadow do with that Chariot? It's very fast, is that Chariot. It's got quite a lot more power to it. I think Gliska was like 0.136 or something like that. So, yeah, the Chariot is quick. This hairpin is a real struggle for these cars. Rusky's getting it turned. There goes Shadow, gone quite deep. Oh, into the hairpin. Has got it turned through there. I'm not sure if Shadow is all-wheel drive or if Shadow is still front-wheel drive, which will, potentially be hindering them a little bit. Rusky is closing to that Pazima very slowly. This is potentially going to be very, very close towards the finish line here as we round the final corner. Here comes the Pazima. Here comes the BX. It's not going to be enough for Shadow. Now, the downside of our strategy is it's a long run to the slightly longer run to the line, but Gliska's going to win it from Rusky. And Shadow, I think Shadow lifted at the end. Could not quite do it. The tactic worked. The strategy worked. Where's my car gone? Yeah, over here. A good first lap got us far enough ahead that the rest couldn't catch. No major mistakes from anybody, but yeah, Shadow was just too far down to make the most to catch that. They will get another chance though. Shadow and Ewan, Shados and Rusky will go into the Spanner final. Me and Gliska are guaranteed into the semi-finals. So, we are on to our second of the heats, just because we have an odd number. It's a heat of 2. Winner of this is guaranteed a spot in the semi-final. We've got the BX and ETK round, essentially. Stevie and Amy have got BXs. Longbow has an ETK 800. Speed Beast has a 900. Very cool mod. Not sure how fast it's going to be, but it looks awesome. So, we've got alternating strategies here, basically. Stevie is the less powerful two-wheel drive car. Longbow is the higher power to weight ratio all-wheel drive car, and the cars at the back are the alternate. Off goes Longbow. Good start from the 800 series. Now, the theory So my strategy, my theory was I could get out in front, build a lead, and it's difficult to overtake here, and hope you have a big enough lead. Of course, the contrary strategy, you have a fast car trying to chase down at the end, is helpful, and the car that goes second, or technically has slightly further, because the finish line is a little bit further down than where you change over, so in theory, the second car will do a little bit more distance, which you'd want the faster car for. But yeah, you know, is his track position going to be important enough? All of that sort of thing. Stevie got a bit wide at turn, I guess technically turn 2 is not ideal for the BX. Although, so the big powerful, the big heavy cars aren't going to like the really twisty stuff. So the cars with a high power to weight ratio, this sort of section here is a bit painful, really, for them. The BX, again, it's that theoretically a BX will be quicker, be able to utilize its power down here. I love this corner. Oh, I've crashed my drone. Well, not even drone, free camera. This corner here is just great. As the 800 clatters the curb a little bit over there. It's going to change over and release the BX. Not the greatest handover, although thankfully has got a big enough lead here, because the all-wheel drive vehicles are going to launch very, very quickly in comparison. So Speed Beast will hopefully be able to make up some time here. It is off and underway. Say not quite as right. Bear in mind, like, the power to weight ratio for this stuff is not ridiculous. We've had much faster cars going around here, so it's not going to look the most dramatic. Oh, that's a load of understeer. God, those poor tyres were absolutely crying on their way into that corner. I'm not sure. I think the 900 series here has got a lot of work to do. As we can kind of watch the gap from a far out camera. It has got a lot of work to be trying to do here. The BX, oh, we're going to get some oversteer, chucking it into these corners. That's some more drifting from the BX. I mean, it looks cool, it looks spectacular. Will cost a little bit of time, although as will the understeer going on in the 900 series here. As long as Amy doesn't lose the back end coming around these next couple of corners, which is easy enough to do. You can see the BX struggling for traction. I think that gap's just going to be too much for Speed Beast here. It'll be around the final corner. It's not as close as the first heat. It will be Amy that is going to take victory across the line for the BX. Yeah, just too far back and could not make up the time in the twisty stuff there. The 900 series across the line, and Stevie and Speed Beast are in to the Spanner final. So we head into the Spanner final. We've slightly shuffled the starts just so that nobody ends up in the pit wall. Of course, this lot here, not going to have to worry about it'll work. It's fine. So, we head into the Spanner final. The top two from this will go into the semi-finals. We have got Shadow with technically the fastest car here in terms of power to weight ratio. We've got Shados with the SBR4. Stevie is with the two-wheel drive slower machine. We are off and underway. It's a good start from Shados here. I said the SBR4 gets off the line well, but Shadow has got more power in that thing, and it's going to be the Cherio that gets to turn one first, but oh, it's a lock of a break from the Chariot touring car, and there is definitely some contact there. Hopefully, no real harm done. Now, this is all good news for Stevie. So, you know, with two quick cars, if they're battling one another, that really, really helps out Stevie, because they may slow each other down and put Speed Beast with a fast car much, much closer to this one. The SBR4 has got the grip in the technical stuff here. Of course, even if you get the faster car close enough, it is difficult to overtake. Shadow's gone very wide. It's a good save. Loads of understeer from Shados there. Huge amount of understeer from that car as well. I think Shados got carried away in that corner, seeing Shadow get out of shape, trying to make up some time. Oh, that's dangerously close to being off the circuit there as we head into these final couple of corners. Now, bear in mind here, as we're going to change over, Ewan has got the slowest car here in that covert. Ruskies is relatively fast, and well, Speed Beast is going to be very quick. So here we go, change over, rear-wheel drive launching BX. Here goes the all-wheel drive 900 series. I think Speed Beast is actually a lot closer and a lot more in this fight than I was expecting. partially helped by the battling going on. Speed Beast is going to have a run down towards the first corner. Will Speed Beast get the car stopped in time? Oh, it's gone very, very deep under brakes. Rusky's going to fight back here, but simply will not have the power to deal with this. I think it's going to come down to, can Rusky catch Ewan in this? Or will Speed Beast make a mistake? Top two go through, so as long as you're not last, it's okay. Speed Beast's car, we know, is going to struggle in this tight, technical, twisty stuff here. A load of understeer from the 900 series. Ewan leads the way into the hairpin. The all-wheel drive, so the only all-wheel drive car is that 900 series. Rusky is close here as well. I know Speed Beast tangles with Ewan while trying to get past. Could be good news for Rusky. Rusky's on the ground. I mean, Rusky's got to send it. Speed Beast, a lot of understeer through there, trying to catch the cover. I mean, Speed Beast is close coming out the final corner. It could well be the 900 series that is outruns the Covet to the finish line. Here we go. Around the final corner. It's going to be a run to the line. Rusky's too far back. Ewan is going to lose out, but it doesn't matter so much. Speed Beast wins. Ewan is second. Rusky is third. Good race. Good relay race, that one. Yeah, Speed Beast and Ewan are through. Rusky and Shadows are eliminated on this one, but put up a very, very good fight. I think, honestly, the fighting in turn one is kind of what cost them a bunch of time. Maybe. Yeah, good work from Stevie and Speed Beast. They made a good call on that one. And, yeah, they are in to the semi-finals. So, we are on to first of the semi-finals, me and Gliska versus Stevie and Speed Beast. I'm happy to stick with the strategy we had before. Run away, build a gap. Hopefully Gliska should be fast enough. I think I'm kind of happy with this draw for the semi-finals. I think we stand a good chance. I mean, the main thing is don't mess it up, like don't crash or anything like that. I think we've got a pretty strong pair of cars here. Stevie is unlikely to, it's not going to bother the K-Series, in theory. The bit that I've got to be a little bit mindful of course, is as we get into the twisty stuff, it is going to be, the BX is going to be pretty solid. My K-Series does struggle with understeer a bit. And one of the things with going out first in this manner is it's tempting to play it really safe and actually drive too slow and not utilise all of your car, but equally it'd be terrible to overdrive it in a really stupid manner. So it's a delicate balance. I think it is most important to hand over to Gliska with a half-decent lead. I think we're in a pretty good place here. I'm not sure if Stevie may have made a mistake, because this seems like a surprisingly big gap here. We are going to run a little bit wide. Now, admittedly, power-to-weight ratio-wise, Stevie is a little slower than Gliska, and Speedy is a little faster than me, although I actually reckon, in the twisty stuff at least, my car is better than the 900 series. So I think we're in I think we've got this one in the bag. We will cross the line, and we will release Gliska. We will park the car out of the way of the fight. There goes the Pazima all-wheel steer. That's a big gap. That is a tremendous gap. I'm not sure. Stevie and Speedbeast did really well to get themselves into the semi-finals. I think this is going to be a bit too much to overcome. I didn't see it. I suspect Stevie may have made a little error at the start, because I don't think the gap back to the BX should have been that big. I mean, we can see if we go on the wide camera here, that is the distance that Speedbeast has got to make up. I mean, the Pazima, it has its difficulties, that is for sure. Being front-wheel drive, it isn't great off the line. So that is something potentially you could see as a difficulty for it. Here goes the 900 series. I say with a bucket load of understeer, but to be fair, so does mine. So because we've not got them on slicks on a super twisty track, there is a lot of understeer going on here as we go over the crest here towards the final corners with Gliska's Pazima, barring a huge mechanical malfunction pretty much here. It is going to be a nice comfortable victory for the Pazima here. There we go. It is across the line. The Pazima will take victory. Speed Beast will cross the line in second. Yeah. they were just way too far back. I'm not sure there was much they could have done in that one. Oh, and there's going to be a tremendous shunt. I actually think Gliska's car came out of that surprisingly well. Yeah. We are into the final. I'm not going to say I'm feeling confident, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about our team here. So we head into the second semi-final. It's going to be an interesting one. Shadow and Ewan versus Longbow and Amy. Shadow is they're sticking with sending the Chariot first this time around. I think what's going to be important here is how big a lead can the Chariot get. If it can stay out clear on its own, it might do okay. That's a great start from the ETK. The ETK gets off the line like mad. That's not what Shadow needed. Bloody hell, that ETK launches like mad. That is a bit scary going forward because I might have to race that. Shadow's car will be way better in the corners, but that is the issue. It's so difficult to pass. You need clean air. And yeah, the ETK got off the line very, very well. Shadow is out wide. It's going to be some rallycross. That's not what you need. You're going to rip all your aero parts off and the under trays and the floor. And yeah, you don't want to be doing that. But Shadow gets away with it. It's almost been their time there from the 800 series as we head into the hairpin. Oh, the Chariots all sorts of crossed up. It does seem to strike me. Everyone's got issues going into the hairpin there. I think Shadow has. I think it's one of those Shadows maybe just overdriven that a little bit after a slightly poor start, and I think the Chariot is going to be too far back to do anything. In fact, it's lost out a little bit of time. This is bad news for the teams as we cross the line. I'm going to have a sneeze in a second, which is not great. Please, body, do not betray me. I'm really trying not to sneeze. I had to choose that moment, but we're going to change it. I'd be fine today. No hay fever or anything. God damn it. Anyway. Amy is leading the way with the BX. Can Ewan do anything? It's going to be difficult. The covert. There is. Sorry, sneezes are going on. I'm being attacked by hay fever while I'm trying to commentate. Amy is continuing to. Ewan's going to have to send it. I mean, the covert will be quite good handling, but it's just not going to be fast enough accelerating. But, you know, can send it as hard as you like and see what you can do, really, with the car as we head into the hairpin. There's also... We're going to give the Mr. Oh, it's gone wide. There's something sparking under Ewan's car. And despite a concerted effort to figure out what it is, we cannot. We do not know what is sparking under that car. Nothing we removed, or nothing Ewan removed, seems to have fixed it. But it's not really affecting the performance, and it's not going... Actually, Ewan's done a pretty good job of holding on here to the BX. It's not too far back in the grand scheme of things, and despite my sneeze attacks during this race, it will be Amy across the line to take victory, and it'll be Ewan across the line. They made it out of the Spanner final, however, it was not to be. Yeah, the Chariot certainly couldn't get past, and yeah, couldn't quite catch up to the 800 series after a very, very good start from the diesel-powered machine there. So, it's going to be Amy and Longbow versus me and Gliska in the final. We head into the finals. It's quite an interesting matchup. I mean, our teams are quite similar. We've got kind of 90s-ish sports cars. We've got these modern German machines. It's going to be an interesting one. Me and Gliska's vehicle are closer in terms of power to weight ratio, so Longbow's in theory should be faster than me. However, for this race, we are doing a 2-lap race. A 2-lap for each car, so a 4-lap race overall, I should say. But yeah, we are running for 2 laps and then handing over. It's going to be interesting here. Now, the thing with this is Longbow's car is diesel powered, which means the torque doesn't come into the power to weight ratio here. It's a monster off the line, but I'm hoping my K-Series will be a little bit better in the corners, which it does look like it is. But yeah, Longbow's going to have more straight line speed. If I can get past Longbow, fantastic. If not, if I can just stay close, will it give Gliska a good chance? I think so. Or really thought about having a big dive there to the inside of the 800 series. Longbow is defending hard through here. I can definitely turn tighter through this one. We've got a little bit of understeer through here. I'm taking slightly different line to Longbow. We've got a bigger swing into the corners here than the 800 series. Longbow darts across. Longbow is very acutely aware of the danger that's being posed by the K series. We are all over the back of that machine, but overtaking is difficult here. Out to the final corner we go. Now, that will pull away from me down the straight. We know this. It's going to be pretty rapid. That's okay, though, because I'm hoping we will make up most of our time under brakes into the first corner. Like, we should be right back there by the time we go through turn 1, which we are. Longbow will accelerate again away nicely here. But this next fast right-hander, can I get close enough to launch it? We're a little further back than we were last time. Oh, Longbow didn't feel the need to go defensive there. We are probing. Oh. It's again like we are just looking. We are looking every which spot. Longbow slides the back of the car. There's just nowhere past at the moment. Every which way we look. Actually, Longbow's going to go really tight on the corner. We're going to get brave. We're going to try and make this stick around the outside. Oh, we've locked the brakes up ever so slightly. Don't even know if that's a lock of the brakes or if that was just the wheels, like wheel hop across the road there. Longbow's going to hold on. We threw the lot at it. It's going to hand over, but it's going to be close here. We are handing over. Now it's up to Gliska. I threw everything trying to get past there. And we know Gliska's going to be slightly slower on the getaway, being front-wheel drive, but Gliska has more straight-line speed here. Gliska's car is technically the higher in terms of power-to-weight ratio, but we've seen how difficult... Oh, there's a bump immediately! Gliska was carrying speed. Gliska has waited to not gain an advantage from that way. Gliska actually could carry a lot more speed into turn 1 there. Hopefully that hasn't broken the aero. So Gliska's got that front aero on that car, which is really helpful. You can see how much more it can turn in to these corners. If Gliska can stay, just all Gliska has to do is stay close. Stay close in that Pizima and you will outrun the BX series down to the first corner because Gliska's car is faster. Again, Amy goes defensive through the hairpin. Now, the BX will be slightly better getting the power down, being rear-wheel drive, in theory, at least, and that seems to be holding true. And through this section, the BX has gone very wide. It's out over the grass. That's not what you need. That's the last. Amy actually did quite well to get away with that. Oh, Gliska with a big slide. That's not what we needed with the Pizima. Might have missed a shift or something on that one because it's just now a bit too far back down the straight. Gliska's going to have some work to do here, although if Gliska can launch it into turn 1 and carry some more speed. The other thing you've got to bear in mind is now got to get the braking right into the first corner that no one's really tested. No one's really had to do this at full racing speed because we've been launching from a standstill. How late dare they brake? The BX is good into there, Christ. Sorry, the Pizima is good into there. The BX also gets round there quite nicely. I mean, if Gliska gets... I think Gliska's better at the first part. I think the Pizima is better through this section, and the BX is a little bit better later on. Gliska's going to absolutely launch it through there. And it is closing, is gaining ground on the BX as we head up towards the hairpin. No pressure on Amy whatsoever. You know, no commentator pressure. Gliska goes a little bit deep through there. Oh, big twitch of oversteer from the BX. But yeah, this is the section where I think the Pizima just starts to struggle a tiny little bit. This time around, Amy doesn't go wide, doesn't get into trouble. It's into the final couple of corners. Gliska is closer this time, and it is neater, but I'm not sure it's going to be close enough for the drag race to the line. I think it's going to be close, but it's not quite enough unless Gliska has a magic rocket button. It was a great effort across the line. Amy will take victory. Gliska will have to settle for second place. If I could have found a way past Longbow, I think we could have done that. Oh, and Amy's car has burst into flames in celebration. I just couldn't. I tried everything to do it. Yeah, and I mean, Gliska got close. There may have been some front aero damage on that car after turn 1 as well, which may not have helped. But yeah, Damn, that was a great race. That was a truly fantastic relay race. Two very evenly matched teams as well. I'm really pleased with my K-Series, honestly. I mean, we weren't massively down on power to weight ratio to longbow, but this thing was good. This thing was really genuinely very, very good. Yeah, longbow defended really well. When they needed to, defended incredibly well, and I could not get past. That was a lot of fun, honestly. But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. Well done to Amy and Longbow. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.